Hey everyone, it's Erin Flota here, and I am here filming my setup for all of the September weeks. So the first setup I'm going to do is for the week of September 2nd. So because of the surgery and because I want to try to get more content out to you guys that aren't just these weeklies, I decided to do all of my weeks together just like I did in August. So because of all the surgery that I'll be having, it's kind of important for me to set a bunch of stuff up beforehand because trying to set it up after and get videos out is not going to work out. So I have all of these set up and in one video for you all today. So I decided to start with a horizontal because I really like doing horizontal layouts. So each of the days has a little lightning bolt design because, of course, this is Harry Potter and lightning bolts are kind of a big deal. So I have the lightning bolt for each day, and then I'm going to go in and put in a ribbon of house colors from red to green, and I'm going to kind of try to weight it so that the first day has more red, the second day or the second line has more yellow, the third line has a little bit more blue, and the fourth line has a little bit more green, just so all of the house colors are represented and highlighted a little bit more. It was a little more difficult than I thought to blend these moonlight ones, so I did my best, but some of it didn't turn out as good as I thought it was going to turn out, so that's kind of a bummer. But it still gave a pretty cool effect, and it reminded me of tie-dye, so I'm cool with it. So I hope you guys are as well, and I'm going to speed this through a little bit more because it is a lot of the same stuff over and over again. So now I'm going to go ahead and write in the first letter of the day of the week. So M, T, W, T, F, and then W, because I often like to combine my weekends because a lot of stuff that I have planned for the weekend, I plan for doing it throughout the weekend. Some days it's usually better to do one day versus the other, but it doesn't really bother me to know if I did it on a particular day. And usually when I have events on the weekend, it's usually like the entire weekend as well. So it doesn't really bother me all that much. So I usually combine my weekend. And then I'm just going to letter in Labor Day because it is the day off. So I thought it would be nice to letter that in, especially because I don't think there's a lot planned for that day. So now I'm going to go over into the next week where I have my Quidditch set up. So basically what I did is I used my ruler and my Moxie Dory circle maker stencil situation, and I made Quidditch goals. That's not the right term. So I made the hoops that you shoot the quaffle into on the Quidditch pitch, and then I decided that it would be really like a cool idea to have flags for each of the houses, kind of like how it is around the Quidditch pitch, where all of the houses have their flags and they're waving them and everything like that. So I decided to make the daily headers flags instead of my normal lettering or anything like that. So I thought that would be fun, and then I just went in and added on the left and right side different places to write in what's going on that week. So I have one that says this week where I can write down events and information like that. And then on the other side it says get it done because that is the week that I will be having my knee surgery. So I'm just going to have a huge task list on that side to make sure that certain things are getting done before my surgery. I don't know what those things are going to be yet, but I'm sure that I will have plenty of work items on that list before I'm out for probably about a week, because I doubt that I will, even though I'm going to be medically working at home for the next several months, I doubt that I will be able to do that a week post-op. I hear that the patellar tendon surgery is a bit more difficult and painful on the onset than the hamstring one, and I've only done hamstring before, so I'm a little nervous. But this is my third time having an ACL surgery, so I guess I'm not too nervous because it feels like I've been there before. So this time I don't think I was even really that upset when I tore my ACL. It was just kind of like it was inevitable because I was playing soccer, and I get hurt when I play soccer, which means I probably shouldn't have done it, but unfortunately, that's the world I live in. So this week is going to be pretty simple because it is the recovery week, as noted in the heading space on that page. So I'm keeping it to a one-page setup, which is not something that I have done in a very long time because my life is a little bit more complicated than a one-page setup. So this is different for me. So basically what I did is I marked it off into 6 quadrants, the same as I would if I was doing a horizontal, just on one page. And then I decided to look up on Pinterest quotes about overcoming something, and then I found this quote by Emma Watson, who is perfect for this because she played Hermione Granger. So the quote is, "I'm not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." That's what it is. I'm trying to read it, but my hand got in the way, so I couldn't remember the quote quite clearly. So I decided to leave this quote similar to the quote at the beginning of my September setup, where I'm just writing it and letting the colors speak for themselves. So although for this one I did add like a cool little box element, so that's going to be fun. And then I added a Firebolt or Nimbus 2000 or Nimbus 2001, whatever broomstick that you want it to be, that's what I added. This reminds me a lot more of the Nimbus 2000 because of how the angle is. So maybe it's a Nimbus 2000. So anyways, I added this quote in because I thought it would be helpful in the road to recovery, that it's not really about what I'm going through. It's how I'm viewing my outcome, I guess. So I'm no longer a soccer player in my mind. I am someone that is athletic, but I need to know that I need to retire from soccer because this is my third time in a while playing soccer, and I tore my ACL doing it. So I need to find a different hobby. It looks like, as of right now, rock climbing is going to be my next hobby. My physical therapist says that she supports that because it will not be too bad on my knee. So that's what it looks like so far. And my husband's getting really into rock climbing also. So this next week, I'm going to leave it very simple. I'm just alternating the colors for my header. And I really just don't know how this week is going to turn out because, like I said, I have never had a patellar tendon graft before. So I don't know how bad the recovery is going to be. So I decided to leave this week a little bit more up in the air because I can always go on to the next page, or I can put a quote on that page. So I'm probably going to just put a long list of tasks on that left page and then put a quote on the right page because I don't think that recovery is gonna be that short. And then here is my final page for the September month, which is my monthly review. I don't know if I have shown you on my Instagram at this point in time what my review looks like for August. I copied and was inspired by a bullet journal account on Instagram, and I will link that account below in the description/mentions area so that you can go take a look at that account, because she has really been inspiring me lately. So I just don't know if I'm going to use quite the same setup as I did in August, but I knew that I wanted to have my social media where I compared the first, last, and the difference. So I hope you like this video. I am really looking forward to doing this Harry Potter doodle theme and adding some more doodles throughout the months and maybe some more quotes and things like that. So I'm really excited about that. I hope you guys like this last spread. If you do, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.